right, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and fellow fishing accomplices, good morning and welcome back to fishing. So we are in, what even is it right now? It's the last third of May, yeah, and we are headed out right now. What can I say? I'm about to head out to hopefully get on some fluke, but that's not the only target. I'm very sure that there should be some striped bass where I'm going. That actually might be what we go for first, as we're getting out early. Truth be told, this is not my #1 pick for where I go today, but we do have a bit of wind, so this might be my best option, even if it isn't my first option. So yeah, we're gonna check that out. The wind, again, might even be a little dicey even for this spot. We'll find out soon, but that aside, we're gonna try and make the most of it. For the striped bass, we're probably gonna do some bunker live lining if we can. I've got a setup ready for it. Though if we can get them with a lure, we'll try that. But if the bunker are plentiful and easy to get, then that will probably be the go-to. And as the tide progresses, I think it's like pretty much dead low when I'm getting in. We'll switch to fluke fishing and see if we can make that happen. Probably only fishing for like the first half of the day. A solid outing, but not the longest one. And hopefully between those two options, we'll have something good to show you. So stay tuned, because you know what we're about to do. Get some fishing accomplished. Yeah, so as I first remarked when I'm in the car, I went to this particular spot because it was pretty windy out. And it became pretty apparent that this was definitely the right call of spots to go to of all the options I was considering. And right when I got in, there was a good school of bunker that was being ambushed by what looked like either bluefish or maybe some smaller striped bass. And I started by casting some soft plastics at them. Maybe I should have, went for the snag, but if I could get them on lures, I wanted to try. And I had a few grabs, but then this school just quickly dispersed. And I went into basically trying to find bunker mode. I did try continuing with this jig for a little bit. As you can see, there was quite a bit of, junk in the water. And, after this initial school, I just could not find a big school of bunker early on, nor could I make them hit the lure. So after about an hour of searching, I decided to just basically scrap this and switch to fluke. Again, it was just really windy, though. It was making it really tough to fish a proper drift, which I will probably remark on later throughout the video. Additionally, it was just, a lot of work to try and make this continue to, work the lure properly for the drift. But eventually we did connect with some fish. One other thing I'll say is I had some issues with just trying to get the right frame for the GoPro, and I apologize for that. I promise eventually I'm going to get this thing figured out, but I've got a different hat, so I've been trying to keep the brim of it out of the frame. But either way, I did get some good action, and let's get into it. Pretty gnarly out here today, folks. Well, it did not take long. It did not take long. Oh, no. It felt good. Back down. Well, it's sloppy out, but I literally just dropped a nice fish in the first fluke drift, so let's hope it's a sign of things to come. Try again. Probably a sea robin. No, baby fluke. Gotta start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere. Alright, one fish down. Not gonna make up for that one we lost, but it'll start. At least we know that it's probably a fluke we lost.
See, even gets up a little bigger. There he is. That's a good one. That's a fluke. That's decent. Feels good. Let's see if it was worth it. Feels good. Just tied. It's close. What's the measure? Just for the heck of it. It's almost 18. Just lost another GoPro. Get out of here. Alright, just got a decent sized short fluke. So there is some hope. Let's go over that drift again and see if we can pull something. Otherwise, I might make a brief move just because it's kind of slow over here. Finicky bite today. A lot of grabs and spits. A lot of these fish are probably pretty small. I think that's what's going on. There we go. Feels alright. That's a real tide, so it's hard to really tell. That one's a keeper. That one, whoa! That one, we're gonna dip the net for. Oh. Didn't even feel that big at first. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. That's an easy keeper. Right after that short too. It's a nice fish. Nice fish. Getting you right on the stringer once we get out of this wake. It's coming from us from every single direction. Alright. Let's get a quick measure. Say like 21-ish. Thereabouts. Doing a very awkward job getting him on my lap, but let's see. Called it. 21, a little bit of change, almost 21 and a half. Not bad. Yeah, you'll cook up nicely. Got a keeper in the boat. Sorry if I sound really gross, I'm just really congested, but as they say, the show must go on, so see if we can get that guy buddy, a cooler buddy. Do that drift again, just like the first one. Got that 18-incher, got him. Let's see if we can upgrade to a even bigger fluke. There he is. Little. Yep. Yep. One of you down there, I bet. Back down. Little fish. God, he's micro fluke. Unreal. What are you even thinking?
Yeah, so as the tide continued to slow down, I decided to just give up on the fluke fishing. The wind was just making the drift really difficult, and all I could really show for my efforts was micro fluke, and even that wasn't consistent. I wasn't even getting a steady sea robin bite. And as I kept moving around, I started to notice that the bunker were moving through, so I decided to throw a snag out there and see if I can try my hand at striped bass again. So I did end up getting some bunker, threw a few in a bag, and decided to go where I thought some stripers should be. and it was a bit finicky. I found a few fish. I had a few grabs, but they didn't commit, or I just didn't get a good hook set. But eventually, I was just dangling a bunker overboard, getting ready to move into a spot, and well, this happened.
Just dipping this thing in the water, and all of a sudden he's getting ambushed. Saw that, right? Okay. I'll take it. They're not very picky. They're hungry. Better late than never. That's what I like to say. Just nice slot fish. Like 32 inches. He's good. Let's see if we can get one more. Last bass. That last bass was in like nothing of water, so let's see what happens if we bring this guy closer to the structure. And even if it's shallow, this is a perfect size morsel. In you go. Alright, overall not a terrible day in the water. Definitely not ideal conditions. The wind really made fluke fishing difficult during the first half. Ironically, I think it actually be much more fishable now, but I gotta get out of here. I'm just done, I'm toast. But yeah, it was nice to get that one bass. It would have been nicer if I got a few more, but what can I say? I'm not very good at live line water, especially if the bite's not very high, which it wasn't by the time I got in. Probably should have started a little earlier, but live and learn. I really wanted to get fluke, so I was happy to get at least one. I feel like that first fish we lost was probably another nice keeper, but it is what it is. But yeah, the trick was just, light bucktails, gulp, light presentation, and just keeping the line in the boat, even if that meant pushing pretty vigorously into the wind. So that was the ticket today. But again, this wind just really is not ideal for this kind of fishing for fluke. But at least we got out here. Right now, I'm lucky if I can get out once, twice a week, and if this is what I'm thrown, then I got to work with it. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully we'll get some good sized fluke soon and some other stuff. Thanks for watching as always. Goodbye from fishing.